let's talk about why authors and speakers tend to get and stay stuck in a second stage of thought leadership. There's a lot of reasons for this, but I want to highlight two of the biggest pitfalls today. So let's jump right in. The first one is focusing on amplification strategies. So what's going on here? Well, when a thought leader arrives in building, it's really exciting because things are happening out in public and they can really start to see the potential of what they can do in terms of impact and changing the conversation in the industry. And oh my gosh, this is really exciting. But then wait a minute, why am I feeling like anxious or impatient? And then they start to have thoughts like, things aren't happening fast enough. Why can't I grow my audience more quickly? How can I speed up this process? While all these emotions are really understandable, it results in authors and speakers unknowingly turning to conventional wisdom to speed up the process. So this can look like things like buying lists or using automation tools to accrue followers, things that can look like they're working, but they don't really pan out. And then even some of the more viable amplification strategies, such as like PR and advertising, well, those are great for a later stage. They don't tend to work out very well for building. But let's just say, for sake of example, you decide to pay to play and invest in some local PR or like a satellite radio tour. This may result in a spike in traffic and eyeballs for a day, but it doesn't usually last. Why is this? Well, in building, your message still needs refining and shaping. And because it's not in the most compelling and unique version possible, when that PR hit goes out, the stranger is not going to take the time and the extra steps to figure out, oh, is this just nice or is there something really here or not? So paying for visibility with strangers who, by the way, may not be looking for your message in the first place is totally different than the individual who says, I'm going to choose to attend this webinar or listen to this podcast or attend this workshop because you know why? It's hosted by an individual or group that I know, like, and trust. And if they think there's something here with this guest presenter, I'm going to take the time to hear it. So investing in amplification strategies, while it's really tempting, it doesn't really result in fans and followers, and it certainly doesn't lead to the relationships that you need to grow your platform and your audience more quickly. So that's the first pitfall. And the second pitfall is missing out on opportunities right in front of you. So you might be thinking, like, how does this happen? Like, how do people miss out on opportunities? Well, there's the natural human tendency to want to be further along than we really are. So then when that Zoom invitation for 25 people or that invitation to be on a podcast that's brand new and doesn't really have any followers, it can trigger some doubts and questions like, is this really worth my time? Is this going to go anywhere? Is this actually going to head in the direction that I want to go? And as a result, it can result in authors and speakers turning down the very opportunities in front of them that they need to grow their audience. And I know this because I've seen the power of what saying yes to these opportunities can bring. In fact, I'm thinking about one of my clients who has a relationship with an industry association of 1 million+ members. And I think about to how she built this relationship and everything that has come from it, from keynotes, main stage sessions, more consulting clients, referrals, countless book sales. I could go on and on. All of it started with one invitation. And this invitation was to deliver a virtual book club discussion for 45 people. Imagine if she would have prejudged this opportunity and turned it down. Wow, her impact and income would be in a really different place today. So these are two of the biggest pitfalls. And what I know to be true is that the fastest path through building is to focus on building the right relationships with these individuals and groups. Because when you do this, you continue to go public and refine and shape your message into the most unique version possible. And also, it's these relationships that are going to lead to the future opportunities that you need. So when you reach out and build these connections and look for ways to be of service, then you start to notice that doors are going to open for you and opportunities are going to come your way. And this continues to grow. And all of a sudden, one day, a switch flips and you realize, wow, there's more inbound invitation than the outbound requests that I'm making. And that's when you realize I'm heading into that third stage of thought leadership called momentum. More on momentum in the next video.